Okay, welcome back to Off Script. Today we're going to discuss some best practices, tips for everyday life, stuff that hopefully you guys can benefit from, maybe see things a little bit different, take a different perspective. So let's get into it.
Let's go. So when you guys go to, let's just say the store to go shopping for some groceries, you got your groceries, you're coming back out to the car. What do you do?
Yeah, so this is actually a great question asked by a lady that we did a little safety talk, and she asked this question, like, what if you have your kid and you are putting your groceries in your kid in the car, and like, you know, the whole dilemma, I have my cart, I want to be a good citizen and put my cart back and all those things. I think I might have touched on it a little bit in another episode, or I just ramble on, I don't know. Anyway, the answer is, well, there's a few techniques, I like to say techniques or tactics you can use to safely put it all in your car, or at least give yourself better odds.
Yeah, like this video.
Okay, so we had a question on best practices for loading or unloading your vehicle, say at a store, in a parking lot, whatever it may be. You might have a couple kids, you might not. Here's a couple tips and tricks that I like to use to keep myself and my kids safe. So first, as you approach your car, you notice I don't have anything in my hands, right? My phone's in my pocket, I'm talking directly to you. And then as I approach, I'll get my key out of my pocket, I'll hit the unlock, right? Now, as I hit the unlock, I'm gonna come up and then I'll open the door. The first thing I'm gonna do after I open the door is I'm going to lock it back. The reason I'm doing that is so no one else can enter from the other side or in any of the other doors. After I lock the door back, I'm gonna set my cart up in almost a triangle, right, up against my door here. This gives me a barrier between anyone who could be approaching me or my vehicle, and it makes it easy so I can grab my things and put it in the car, right? So, or your kid, grab it, put them in the car. After you load your stuff, you know, you want to make, or as you're loading your stuff, you want to make sure that you can see the parking lot, you can see behind you. In our career field is called, like, you know, checking your six, making sure, you know, no one's coming up on you, whatever that may be. You just want to keep your head on a swivel and pay attention. Once you get everything loaded, and say you do have a child with you and you want to replace your cart, because we're all, you know, civilized human beings, what we'll do is I'll push it out, kid's still in the cart, imagine a baby here, shut the door, I'm gonna hit the lock button again. In this case I have it on my handle, I'll hit the lock button again, locks that door. Now I'll take my cart with my kid in it. Sorry Matt, you're trying to track me. Replace it. Grab my baby. Now it's easy. Walk up. Again, you're gonna unlock. Open. Assume the same position. Turn. Boom. Buckle. Ready, go. I lock. Again. Go to the driver's side. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, so in that video, we're bringing your cart out. Say it's full of groceries, and say your kids in the cart as well. As you get to your car, you'll unlock it, open the door. First thing you're gonna do is lock it back. Why is that important? Because in my case, I'm on the opposite side of the car, and now someone would have access to my vehicle from all the other doors, right? So we're gonna go ahead and lock it, and then we'll first I put my groceries in. I keep my child with me, so I'm gonna keep my kid like right there with me. We're putting the groceries in, whatever. Or you can put your kid in first. It really doesn't matter. It's however you want to do it. You can buckle them in, whatever. So put your groceries in. But the key here is to give yourself a little triangle, right? So you have your door open, the doors are locked, you bring your cart in, and you're making a little zone of safety for yourself. So now you're in the center of this triangle, and if someone were to approach you, they don't have your back because you're not turning your back and just leaning into the vehicle. They don't have your back, and they can't get to you easily, right? So you have your cart there. So you'll unload it, and then guess what? When it's done, roll your cart out. Now, for me, if my kid's with me and I don't park next to a place that would be ideal for putting the cart back, then I just don't. There have been occasions where I just haven't done it because I didn't see a safe way to do it. Either I had a bad brain day and I didn't do my system, like I needed to. A cart, leave it. People can judge you. Who cares? You'll be safe. But an ideal thing to do would be I load all my groceries or whatever I have using that form. I then shut the door, lock it. I take the cart back with my child, put the cart in, take my child out, and then return to my vehicle, buckle them in, start it up and go. Right? That has been the most effective system I have found for myself, and hopefully you guys will benefit from it.
Yeah, so I'll give you a perspective of not having a child and doing it. When I put my groceries away, I find that triangle that we're talking about. One, well, you never know if you're going to be a target for somebody to come up and try and rob you, take your car, whatever the case may be. Now you have your back protected in that triangle. I'm putting groceries away. I shut the door and I lock my car. Why do I lock it? Well, I don't want a random stranger coming up to the other side of my vehicle, getting in that door as I'm taking my cart and putting it away. It's just some small things of just locking your car when you're by yourself, walking away. I put my cart away. Well, now I'm walking back. I see who's around. If I see something that's off and isn't safe, well, guess what? My car's already locked and I can go away now. I don't have to go back to that car. Yeah. It's just little things.
Yeah, mitigating risk. The big risk of a grocery store putting your stuff away, especially if you have a kid, is your divided attention. Humans don't multitask very well. And you can set yourself up for failure just by stuff you put on your car. Baby on board. Yeah. That kind of stuff. When I see a sticker on a car like that, especially makes me seem like I'm a bad guy, but especially in a grocery store parking lot, like if I was a bad guy, I would target that individual car because I know when they come out, they're going to be distracted.
Well, that, and then like when you put your whole family on there too. I've never understood why people do that. Like they'll have an SUV and they have like mom, dad, and then all the little kids and maybe a dog on there or something. I've never understood why people do that. I think, well, maybe I do. I think it's because, what we see every day is normal to us and we can see the threat in it, whereas, most people think it'll never happen to them or it hasn't happened to them or anyone they know, and it's more of a rarity in their minds. But for me, and I'm sure for you guys, you see it differently. I'm not a fan of stuff like that. I wouldn't put it on my car. If you choose to do that, I mean, I don't care either way. Just know that could be a thought process of someone that might want to do you harm.
Yeah, there are risks, especially if you use names, right?
Yeah.
If you have your stick figure family on the back and it's a boy and a girl and, Carly and Kyle, right? Well, now I'm in that same parking lot and I see you maybe pushing your cart back to the stroller or back to the corral with a little girl. It's safe to assume that that's probably Carly, right? All that dude has to do, hey Carly,
Yeah. Right.
whole set of super terrible situation.
Agreed. So with that being said, as you saw, there's a video there of us, giving an example of a safe way to load your vehicle. Now say you have something big or a lot of groceries and it's not going to just be a couple bags put in through the door and you need to use the rear hatch or something like that. We'll attach another video to show you like a safer way to do it. But the key is, like for me, whenever I'm out at the store alone with my son and Jess isn't with us, it's just making sound decisions based on traffic, people, the flow of people in traffic, right? And it even comes down to picking your parking spot, right? Anticipate that you're going to be coming out with a lot of groceries and you're going to have divided attention. Anticipate those things and determine your parking spot, early on. Like say, hey, I know I'm going to the store. I know this is going to be the case. Let me find the most advantageous spot to park in. That could be further away and more steps, but it's not going to divide your attention as much if you don't have as many vehicles to be concerned about, as much traffic coming by you. Now, that also gets into lighting. There's a plethora of things, right? So just make sure when you're going to the store, you know what you're going for. You have a mission and look at it that way. And be mindful. I know it's so easy to get distracted, or your phone goes off and your kid's screaming at you and you got groceries. Just for that couple minutes, nothing else matters but getting your kid and yourself and your belongings in your vehicle safely. After that, you can address whatever. But first things first, when you unlock it to open a door or the rear hatch, make sure you are locking your car back while you're loading it. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling. I hope that you guys are learning something from this.
It's a great tip.
Anything else to add?
No, I think you covered it all. We can go into tactics about other stuff, but this is just your best practice to how to load up your car. If you have a kid, if you don't have a kid, things you might not have thought about. Maybe you learned something from it. If not, well, maybe we'll teach you something in the next episode. So if you got anything else you want to learn, ask those questions, send them in to us, and we'll cover it for you guys.